how's it going? Yeah, we're out here today. We're looking for some treasure. Yeah, we're doing a little creek work, so. And we're going to be going that way, which is north. And this would have been a significant little creek. So exploring it is going to be very good. It's kind of sandy and rocky in places, but it's not so deep. There's bedrock underneath, so it's not so deep that the treasures are going to be lost. I expect we're going to find some neat things out here, and I can't wait. Now, Oklahoma is filled with treasure stories, isn't it? Yeah, the Younger Gang and Doolin and just all those. There's so many different treasure stories. And as I'm out here exploring and stuff, I'm looking for those treasures, of course. I know they would have used this creek. I know they would have used this creek. So where I'm at the very eastern tip of the Wichita Mountains. And the Wichita Mountains is said to hold a vast quantity of outlawed treasure. Yeah. And they usually always use the creeks as roadways or campsites, and over the years the banks, they wash out, you see, they wash out, and all that stuff will fall down. So, and a lot of times when they were camping, most of the stories I've read, they buried their stuff near their campsites, and then to pursue or to get away from the posse that was chasing them, just to kind of loosen their load a little bit. So that's what I'm looking for. Just exploring, basically. Exploring. Ooh, we got a piece of glass already. And then to try to find whatever we can find. Yeah, that's not very old. Not very old at all, but you just never know what we're gonna find out here. So let's get at it. Let's start searching. This is a beautiful creek. That water is cold. It's like, what is it, November 17th or something like that. Yeah, it's cold, but beautiful day. Gotta go do it. Let's go find some treasure. See ya. Going that way. Yeah, so I've been hunting for a few minutes now. Still finding lots of glass. And, this stuff could be easily moved by rushing waters. But I just found this nice little iron piece here. And it's pretty encrusted. That has some age to it. There's no telling exactly what the age is, or exactly what it is until I get it cleaned up and figured out. So we'll do that. But hey, yeah, lots of cans in here, lots of bottle tops, lots of cans. And the water flow is going to the south. And up ahead of us, about, 10 miles or so, there is some settlements, current settlements. So, yeah, we're going to get some trash in here, but other than that, there should be some treasure in here. And that's our first piece of treasure. No telling. We'll figure that out. Alright, moving on. See ya. Yeah, so I wanted to show you what I found in here the last time I searched through the most southern part of this creek. And it's on my video. I'm sure you've seen it. This piece right here. So I learned what this was. This is a scale that goes to a shoulder board on the old military uniform. It's one piece. Of course, I'm looking for the rest of that. We have to go and search that area a little bit better. But that's exactly what that is. It's a shoulder board scale. Yep. Probably Civil War era, maybe pre-Civil War. Interesting, isn't it? I brought that along just to share with you. Something I identified, so. Alright, moving on. See ya. Yeah, I just pulled up a large piece of something. I don't know if it's gonna be enough to determine age or anything on it. It has iron rivets in it. It's interesting. There's no telling what that piece is, huh? No telling. Interesting for sure. Okay, moving on. See ya. Yeah, this creek has some nice bedrock in it and a lot of deterioration. Look at that. That whole side came down. I'm sure there was stuff in there. We'll get over here and search around a little bit. See what we can see. Big boulders, small boulders. Okay, moving on. Yeah, I got a signal right here. I haven't dug it yet. But right next to it, I believe I found a piece of pottery. Yeah, it looks like it was colored green or painted green. It's definitely clay. Very interesting. You can see there's some kind of design on it. I like that. And it looks like some modern glass. I'm gonna save this piece. That's nice. See if I can research it, figure it out. That is super. No telling. Alright, let's dig that up and see what that is. It's interesting spots on this creek for sure. I'm looking for old house sites too. When you find lots of iron and stuff like that, it's a good indication that there might be something up on top. So it's always good to check the creeks out before you go diving up into all that debris up on top. So that's a good indication at least. Alright, I'm gonna dig this and I'll show you what we find. So yeah. Yeah, just one of those tops that are not supposed to come off, but they do. People take them off and throw them away. Yep. Alright, moving on. Well, now that is interesting. I have never found an entire vehicle like that laying in the creek. We're gonna go up to that and take a look at it. It looks like a van. And they look like they might have came right off the side down in. Interesting. We'll go look at that. That's odd. Alright, moving on. See. Yeah, so I'm really not finding anything too old. There's some glass that seems to be has some age to it, but nothing interesting for me really. I'm really curious about this van. We'll walk up, take a look. The sand that's in here, it is like quicksand, easily sinking down into it. This is very interesting. Whew, this water's cold. Oh, it's up to my knees, which isn't bad. I probably should start wearing my waders. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this got washed here. It's filled with mud. Somebody went for a ride. That is the first time I've ever found a van in a creek. Wow. Interesting. Look at that. It's a Chrysler. Motor's still in it. No license plate. Huh. Very, very interesting indeed. Alright, well, let's keep exploring. See what we can find. And I don't need a van. I wonder if it came off of there, or it looks like it came from up further, but There's tires in here. We're getting closer to civilization, for sure. Alright, moving on. See ya. Well, this spot is interesting. And there's some big boulders here. You see how they're lined up like that? Humans did that. Definitely humans did that. It's like a pool down here. Yeah. And that's just not natural lined up like that. There's some glass. I don't know if that's a part of that. No, that's a pipe or some kind of something. A nice little rock outcropping here. This could have been a crossing. I don't see any way over on the other side though. Oh, this looks interesting enough to attract people, I would say. Let me search in here a little bit. That is cool. Yeah, alright, let me search in here, see what we find. See ya. Yeah, so nothing down there except for some junk. I was hoping it was some kind of crossing, maybe a horse crossing or something like that. Any kind of hard pack like that you want to check out. It's going around a bend. I think I'm going to come up here and search in the woods a bit. My feet are getting very cold. Freezing. It's only like 40 something degrees out, and that water is cold, cold. So let's head up here and let's see what we can pull out of the dirt. Maybe I'll run into an old house foundation or something. The maps out here in Oklahoma are horrible. You know, where I'd expect to find house sites and stuff along the creeks and stuff, there's no maps to show any such thing. So you gotta just get out there and explore. That's it. That's all there is. You know, there was traders that came out and, you know, they put their homes up everywhere before, you know, big colonization. But anyway, some of the most important spots to check are spots like that right there. You see how the creek goes around this bend right here and it heads up? Well, territory like that would be ideal. And matter of fact, it was ideal for encampments, especially back in the old days when they did explorations or just to set up a campsite and stuff like that, because, you know, they set themselves up in like a horseshoe shape of a creek. The creek would be shaped like this, and they would set themselves right up in the middle. They're protected on three sides, right? So spots like that are very important to check out. Of course, I'm on the other side of the creek, and we're going to check up here. I'm not too concerned with that. It doesn't look like it was ever occupied. It's very, very bushy, and I don't expect anything to happen over there. But I do have a lot of sites that sit inside of horseshoes on creeks such as this that I want to get out and I want to look at. Matter of fact, I had planned to do that today, but these darn hunters, these hunters are just everywhere. And maybe when the hunting season is over, I'll get out and do that. But right now, let's go up here, see what we can find. So, going that way, and we'll see ya. Yeah, I've been skirting, the creek is over there, along that way. I've been skirting this fire break here, all along, looking for old home sites, or old trader sites. I haven't found anything. There's nothing out here. There's a lot of territory to cover. Just odds and ends, little pieces of iron, stuff like that. Nothing I was expecting. But then again, this is kind of an insignificant historical spot, if you will. But anything next to a creek, of course, potentially could have anything built up next to it. So it doesn't hurt to look. But I've learned one thing. This is not the side of the creek I want to be on. So I guess next hunt we'll go search the other side, see what's over there. So I'm going to continue on this break and continue going south and see what I can find. But no house sites or anything. No iron, no farming implements. Nothing like that that would suspect a house site or anything. So, oh well, we know where not to go. Okay, moving on. See ya. Yeah, so I spoke too soon. On my way out, I'm in a spot where typically hunters usually occupy, and there's no hunters here today. So, curiosity says, go take a look. And this is why I don't like hunters. Right there. Yeah. They litter. They litter everywhere. Alright, so I was talking to you about that horseshoe shape in the creek where typically people would have camped for protection back in the old days from surprise attack from their enemies, right? And in this territory, this is the largest horseshoe shape in the creek. It's a big creek, and I want to get out there and look at it. Get my detector on the ground and start searching. There's some large trees out here too. So, let's see if I can find it. We'll get in there, start poking around, see what we can find. And I think we're gonna go that way. We're gonna go look for the creek. Alright, see ya. Yeah, so here we are. Here's the creek. And I'm interested in way out there. This whole area in there, that's the horseshoe. You can see where it starts to take that left-hand turn up there with that large tree sticking out. I want to get in there and search. Over here, look at how old these trees are. And that's massive. It has some age to it. And what I'm looking for is Marcy's Expeditions campsite. And I know I'm going to find it eventually, because right in the book, right in the expedition book, his recordings, he specifically said exactly where he camped with latitude, longitude, and this is it. And we just have to get in here and find the exact spot. It's right in this horseshoe, so I have some territory to cover real quick. I gotta move along in here, but alright, so we're headed that way. I'll show you what I find when I find it. I'm gonna drop my detector and start going, so see ya. Now, I believe we got a coin. Of course, this territory has been used by hunters a lot. Looks like a memorial? Can't tell the back. 60s. Yeah, 1960 something. Yeah, well, we know somebody was here in the 60s, don't we? Okay, moving on. Yeah, so I decided to come down and check out the creek bottom a little bit. It's pretty interesting down here, for sure. Let's see what we can find. Check it out. Gotta be something laying here, huh? I'm hoping for military buttons. Oh yeah. Alright, see ya. Yeah, look at that. There's an old bottle right there. Black glass. Nice. I'm gonna save that. Nice old piece. It's too bad it's not whole. Moving on. Just looking around, seeing what comes up. Well, I'm at the end of the U shape. It turns there and it turns over there. So, nice big old tree. All of this territory in here is what occupies the center of that U shape. Did Marcy camp here? Ooh, let's go find out. Let's see if we can find something. That'd be nice. We're going that way. See ya. You see how this is all like bumpity bumpity all over the place? highly unlikely that an expedition with, you know, more than 10 wagons and oxen and horses and all that stuff came in here. We'll go further south and we'll see what that territory looks like, but this definitely would have provided some serious defensive cover, being covered on 3 sides by that deep creek. But it's so wooded and so hilly, it would have been a nightmare trying to bring wagons up in here. So we'll keep going. There's a large tree over there, very, very large oak tree, and very old. We'll head over there. We'll get down on that flat land I see down that way, and we'll see what that looks like, and hopefully we can find something that relates to the 1852 Marcy expedition that came through here. And that's what I've been focused on for the last few months. So, alright, moving on. See ya. Going that way. Oh, I just made an extraordinary find. Wait until you see this. I'm just tooling along in here, like I told you last time, just headed towards that big old oak tree, and right on the surface, I get a nice loud 80 tone. Check this out. It is a Civil War era bridle, horse bridle buckle. That heart shape, beautiful. Look at that. Perfect condition. Just laying right on the surface. Tell me that isn't nice, huh? Beautiful. Love it. Alright, well, that's a nice find. That's a nice surface find. So this area right in here obviously had some activity, like I suspected. We're going to spend some time here. We're going to go a little slower, see what else we can find. But that, yeah, beautiful. That's going to clean up nice too. And it's not even broken. Just laying on the surface. I wonder what caused it to break off. It probably came undone. The leather probably broke. Alright, that's... I knew I'd find something good today. I'm glad I kept going. Alright, let's move on. See ya. Moving on. Going that way. I'll have you dig one with me. This is a 65, about 4 inches deep. And right over there is where I found that saddle buckle. Let's see what we get. 65 is interesting in this area. Look at that dirt. That is beautiful dirt. Beautiful. Well, it's gonna be a cartridge. Boy, that was ringing up high. These are usually around 35, 40. Okay, we'll recheck that hole. Usually when you have stuff like that, ringing up that high, usually has something else in it. Alright, moving on. See ya. Oh, I gotta have you look at this one with me. You can see the edge right there. See it? It was giving me a 26 signal. Oh, is that just a shotgun shell? 26 is a button. It was saying button. Ah, shotgun shell. Yeah, bummer. It still could be old. Still could be 1800s. And we'll save it. We'll take a look at it. Bummer, that fooled me. Look at the big burl on the bottom of that tree. That thing is worth some money right there. Oh yeah. So I'm in here. That's right over about right past that little tiny tree right there is where I found that bridle buckle. And I've been hitting this hard in here. Not finding much. Little bits of iron. But it looks like it might have been a road right in here. Something heading over towards that big old oak tree. So I'm gonna search around here real hard. So alright, see what I find. I'll show you what I find. Yep, beautiful country out here. Definitely something happened out this way. Right in this little horseshoe area for sure. To find that that saddle harness, that's pretty significant. That tells me I need to come back here and and hunt this place thoroughly. But I'm going to call it quits for now. I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything yet. I think it's like 2 o'clock. And I'm the type of person that doesn't eat breakfast. Alright. Interesting spot for sure. I'm glad I stopped in here. This was on my list. One of my top targets on my list to hit. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it's potentially possible to get a load of wagons around in here. Of course, you know, they would have chopped down trees and you know, used that wood for their fires or whatnot, and they were mostly concerned with being safe, you know, being safe while they slept at night. Of course, they had watches. They said they would put a watch on each corner, north, south, east, and west. And yeah, I can see it. It'd be a little tough to get wagons up in here, but you know, look at this. It's a big open spot right up in there. Who knows? That could be left over from that expedition who chopped down all those trees. That wasn't that long ago. And 1852, that buckle, I got to do some research to see if that buckle was active in 1852. Because if it was, that's pretty significant. It could possibly be a relic from that expedition. I don't know until I do the research and find out, right? So, I'll go home, I'll do that, research the time frame. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, the trees and everything out in this territory in Oklahoma, it's just hard as a rock, solid. It takes these trees so long to grow that the wood grain is just so solid. Okay, well, I'm gonna head out of here, and yeah, I'm calling it quits. I got my treasure for the day. Beautiful, beautiful find. And I'll clean it up a little bit and do some research, and I'll let you know what I find out. So, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I always appreciate you watching. I love my adventures. Metal detecting is one of the best things, I tell you. Oh, with that, yeah, you know, hey, I've been binge watching on Hulu this Curse of the Oak Island, and just fascinating stories that they're coming up with, fascinating theories they're coming up with, and you know, I'm digging it. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm already done all 5 seasons. I'm waiting for the 6th season to come out, but that metal detectorist, that professional metal detectorist, every time he goes out and searches, I cringe. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I think it was the last part of season 5 where he finds that ruby, that brooch, that ruby. Yeah, beautiful find. He wasn't going to dig it, and he said so. He said that's something, that's a signal he wouldn't dig. And I watched this guy metal detecting, and he's skipping over all the iron signals. Okay, you know from watching my videos, you know that a signal is basically just telling you something is there. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to tell you exactly what it is. It's just telling you something is there. The way that these artifacts, these relics sit in the ground, now that's going to determine the signal strength. And I've noticed, you know, through my diggings, there's some targets that sit funny that give you some really bad signals, and had I not dug them, I would have never known it exists, the relics. And I've found some nice relics with some pretty bad signals. That and relics from that time period that they're searching, the 1600s, 1700s, most things were iron. To not dig iron is to lose a significant amount of history and understanding. So it makes no sense. I just could not believe what I was watching. It was just, the metal detecting aspect was just unrealistic. So, sorry, Mr. Drayton, but your metal detecting has spoofed me. I don't know why you don't dig iron around ancient areas is beyond me. But anyway, hey, that's my 2 cents on the curse of Oak Island. And I can't wait for season 6. It's awesome. But hey, I'm out here living it. I'm out here searching for ancient relics and whatever I can find. So it's what I do. It's what I do best. And I hope you all do that too. And I hope you enjoy my videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next time.